All right, let's cut across to some latest news coming in. Prime Minister's speech in Srinagar may reflect the sentiment of how the government thinks, how the centre has worked on removing Dil Ki Doori and Dilli Ki Doori, both. Well, these are two things that have often been spoken about in the politics of Jammu and Kashmir, how there has been a distance between where decisions are made, which is the national capital of the country. And has that led to creating of distances in hearts as well of the Kashmiris and the people living in Jammu? And that's what the centre says they've been working upon. He said that so far his aim in 2021 during an all-party meeting, and perhaps that's something that's going to resonate today as well. Aman with us on the broadcast. Aman, some more perspective, please.
Anusha, see, the Prime Minister obviously coming after over 5 years, but he did beat all parties of J&K in 2021 in Delhi. And, that time he had said that, his entire aim in Jammu and Kashmir is to remove this Dil Ki Doori and Dilli Ki Doori. The sentiment in Kashmir that we are far from Delhi, we are maybe not in the hearts of Delhi. This is what the Prime Minister has been, saying that this is the aim of his government to, integrate fully J&K into the mainstream sentiment of the country, and that is why Article 370 was abrogated, so that this integration is complete. When Prime Minister speaks in Srinagar today, maybe this sentiment will reflect that what all his government has done in the last 5 years to ensure that Dil Ki Doori and Dilli Ki Doori both have been eliminated. We have seen a record number of tourists visit J&K. Terrorism is down. Democracy in the form of local elections have happened for the first time. The benefits of reservation have been rolled out in J&K to sections, which did not get reservation for all these years because Article 370 was in place. A number of central laws have been applied to J&K, bringing benefits to the people about it. The focus also has been on removing unemployment in J&K, creating more jobs here, and the Prime Minister could speak about that also in his speech. In fact, how his government's effort is to ensure that young Kashmiris are not going into this. Stone pelting has become a thing of the past. So those people, those youngsters who are getting attracted towards this path of stone pelting, are today coming back towards the mainstream and getting jobs. This is what the Prime Minister could focus today on his speech in his speech. And Viksit Jammu and Kashmir will be the big message.
Viksit Jammu and Kashmir. My colleague Ieshan Wani has been tracking all the developments, preparations from the Bakshi Stadium. I'd cut across to him and get in a voice from him as well. Ieshan, first tell me how many people there. We played out certain reports that you've also filed for us, but what the atmosphere is like, what are the people hoping, expecting?
Expectations are many. If you talk to multiple layers of society, everyone has his own expectation. Some expect that there will be more development in Kashmir. Some expect that their jobs will be regularized. There are others who want better electricity and facilities in the rural area. Some want jobs for those who are living in border areas. We have been speaking to even the BJP workers here who are from far off places. Their expectations are still there that they want Prime Minister to give jobs to those people who live in border areas. Then if you talk about the atmosphere, it's electric here. We haven't seen such number of crowd being gathered by any political party in the recent times. Though there are allegations from the political parties on the BJP. The BJP is countering them. But I'll show you how it feels like right now. There's a massive crowd around this particular Bakshi Stadium. The seating capacity is 30,000. But the BJP says that they are going to touch more than 1 lakh mark and bring more people, and there are people outside still waiting to come inside. There are massive security checks and drills taking place. There are multiple layers of frisking that is happening. Not even an ATM card has been allowed inside to ensure the safety is kept paramount when it comes to the Prime Minister. Bomb disposal squads, special sharpshooters, and Marco's teams of the Indian Navy have also been deployed in Rival Jailim to keep the venue safe. The entire venue has been decorated with tricolors. The officials are present, and the stage is there where my VJ will show you, where the Prime Minister in a short while from now will reach here and speak about the progress, Vikas, and make a political pitch for the BJP. As Aman has been pointing out, that the BJP hasn't been able to make any inroads in Kashmir Valley. And for them, 2019 will be important because this will answer multiple things. Whether or not what the charge on the BJP is from the regional political parties, that people are upset with the application of Article 370 and bifurcation of state, and that this poll will be something which will be a key to those answers, whether or not those charges stand on BJP or whether BJP stands vindicated when it comes to the application and bifurcation of Jammu and Kashmir. That will be interesting to see when it comes to the polls. However, the BJP would want to ensure that they're able to make inroads by at least winning some seats in Kashmir Valley. One of them could be the South Kashmir Anantnag constituency during the delimitation. A part of Jammu region, including Poonch Rajouri, where the ST status has been given to Paharis, will have its vote base, will it shift towards the BJP or not? That'll be interesting to see. And will BJP be able to, because of that vote, manage that particular seat? And that'll be interesting to see. But as of now, Narendra Modi coming here after 2019, the last he came here was on the 4th of February. That was also ahead of the Lok Sabha, where he visited 3 regions of Kashmir, because it was a state back then. Leh, Jammu and Srinagar. Development projects were also inaugurated at that time. He took a ride in a snow-capped mountains of Dal Lake, and then he went back to New Delhi. Today, a similar program is being followed. Inauguration of multiple projects and giving money for different projects, including Hazratbal Shrine and for the snow and skiing in Sunmarg, where the government is trying to lure more tourism-related activities, more people to Jammu and Kashmir. And that is why these investments in tourist sector and then also agriculture sector, where a lot of economy gets a lot of boost, is something where the money is now flowing in. And that is something once the Prime Minister would start to speak, and one has to see how much it resonates with the people of Jammu and Kashmir, because now the political buzzes have started once again. The allegations on the BJP, however, from the Umar Abdullah was, and the Mehbooba Mufti is, that the government employees have been roped in to this particular venue. But the BJP is countering that and saying that it is only the frustration of these political parties, that they believe that these employees have been brought in, but these are the people of Jammu and Kashmir who want to come and listen to the Prime Minister. There are allegations and counter allegations, but yes, one has to see that how this speech turns out and what the Prime Minister will say during that speech. It will be a crucial speech, because after 5 years, the Prime Minister will make his way to Srinagar and pass on through those areas which have been developed. Srinagar Smart City has been one of the key projects of this government, where newly developed the riverfront of Jhelum, where his cavalcade will pass through. It will touch down in Srinagar and then fly out and see for himself that what is the vikas that the government has been talking about and how it has been implemented on the ground.
Ieshan, as you get us all those details, awaited is the address of the Prime Minister. Thank you so much for that lowdown and giving us all the perspective. I want to take in a word from my colleague Aman Sharma as well. Aman, electorally, the BJP may have a strong foot in different states across the country. But Jammu and Kashmir is a prestige battle for absolutely different reasons. It was a bold move to abrogate the special status, on which now there is a stamp of the Supreme Court. I don't think anybody can go back on the decision ever now, after what the Supreme Court decided and what the government did back in 2019. But the elections of 2024 in Valley, in the region of Jammu, how critical and important they would be from political perception point of view.
Well, Anusha, see, the Lok Sabha elections in Jammu and Kashmir, of course, the BJP has declared its candidates in Jammu. It is still to declare its candidates in the Kashmir Valley. Yeah. So those candidates are awaited. So obviously, BJP has kept it on hold, watching what the National Conference is doing, what the PDP is doing, who will be their candidates. So the strategy is still awaited. Of course, for the assembly elections, it's a different ball game. Delimitation has happened in J&K. So these next assembly elections in J&K will be as per the delimitation exercise which has happened. BJP feels it is obviously strong in the Jammu region, but it has also tried to make some inroads into the Kashmir region, where it has not got any success so far in the Lok Sabha. Will BJP be able to, enter that bastion of Kashmir and may be able to make a presence felt, or the chances of the BJP depend on that? Obviously, alliances with smaller parties will be key for the BJP, but will assembly elections happen with the Lok Sabha elections simultaneously is also, a big question mark, because though the Supreme Court has fixed a deadline of September 30th, the centre doesn't seem very keen on holding these two elections together. The EC wants to do these two elections together because, post the Lok Sabha elections, the Amarnath Yatra starts in J&K. So the window is very, very small for an assembly election before September the 30th. So it would be interesting which way the centre, the EC takes a decision. Will centre be able to spare that number of forces for J&K to hold simultaneous elections? But people are definitely looking forward to signals in the Prime Minister's speech today, because what people in J&K want definitely are assembly elections in J&K, which have not happened now for many, many years.
Aman Sharma, Ieshan, Wani getting us all that perspective. My colleagues will continue to stay with us on the broadcast. All eyes on what the Prime Minister says in that rally at the Bakshi Stadium, where the preparations have been made. Please listen in to some more voices, reactions and some reports.
आपसे बात करेंगे, कहां से आए हैं और क्या चाहते हैं आज मोदी जी?
सर, हम डिस्ट्रिक्ट बडगाम से आए हैं। मेरा नाम है मोहम्मद शफी हुरा, मैं एक सरपंच भी रहा हूं। जी सर, हम इसलिए आए हैं, यहाँ पर पिछले 70 सालों से पहली बार कोई वजीर आजम हिंद आ रहा है हमारे कश्मीर में। हम सुबह 4 बजे यहाँ पहुँचे हैं। आप देखिए, लोग लाखों में आए हैं, बाहर भी बैठे हैं, अंदर भी आए।